All right, I'm here at 303 Ivy Crest Drive in Dallas, just taking a look around for any condition issues, anything of concern. The first thing I notice when I get on the roof is that, this is an aged roof. This roof is, well, it's lived a good life, but it is definitely towards the end of its useful life. And I'll show you some of the deterioration I'm talking about. There's, sorry about the wind noise here, there's shingles that are missing about as many granules as they have in a lot of areas. From the ground, I know it looks not too bad, but when you get up here and you really get looking, this thing is badly deteriorated. And is really is in need of being replaced, to be honest with you. There's a lot of decisions that were made on this roof, even when it was installed new, that kind of contributed to this. There's not enough ventilation on this roof at all, and when you have that, you get what we have here, which is all this blistering, where it's just granule loss everywhere, right? So you got a good bit of that going on, and you can just see as I look up close here how much of it is accelerated. In some areas it's a lot worse than others. So there's just not really life left in this roof as it is. Beyond that, there's some things aesthetically, not just aesthetically but functionally, that are not correct right now. So I'll just start pointing things out to you. Got some shingles that are missing right here. We've also got, you see these white spots across the roof? You can see how that all lays out in a perfect square right there. That was where a tarp was installed, and I assume it was because this boot right here was leaking. So somebody put a tarp up here, nailed it, and when they took the tarp off, all they did was put a little bit of caulk on all those nail holes, and that's never going to hold up. That caulk will wash off eventually. That's going to leak like a paper bag. Also, instead of replacing that boot that was leaking, that was found to be leaking, all they did was pile a bunch of caulk on top of it. So that's improper, and that boot needs to be replaced. All of these shingles that have nail holes need to be replaced. The problem with that is, as I point out all these other little issues that I'm going to point out to you, it starts to add up to the point to where I don't think that a roof that is this old is worth putting any money towards repairing. Because another couple of things that need to happen, that satellite dish needs to come off, because even if the buyer is going to use DirecTV won't use that same satellite dish. They'll come out, they'll take that one off, they'll try to put a new one on. So those fasteners right there, that bracket that's on the roof is a leak point. A few other things I'll show you. So go up and over to this side. Missing another shingle here. And this side's badly deteriorated. Even as I stand up here, the wind's blowing from this direction, the sun's shining from this direction. This surface gets a lot more wear and tear from the weather than others, and you can see it on this surface. It's in really bad shape. You can also see there were some previous repairs that were really not smart repairs. For instance, on this end, obviously some ridge caps ripped off like they did here. I'm not sure why these didn't get repaired. But what they tried to do is, I don't know why they would have done this, but they tried to take some shingle and just lay it over the top of all this and just nail it in, which is incorrect. One thing to notice is you see all the dents in this thing. So hail has hit this roof pretty significantly in the past. You see all the dents on that. Looks like somebody played the drums on it. And that likely contributed a good bit to how much granule loss you've got going on. You could have a possibility of the current owner trying to file an insurance claim to see if the insurance company might step up and pay to replace this roof. But really, it's according to what insurance company that is. And if you guys can let me know what insurance company that is, I can tell you, well, I think the likelihood is that this could be paid for by insurance. But if insurance route isn't the way to go and they won't pay for it, I've got to recommend a roof replacement on this. There's just no way I can give this roof a good thumbs up, simply because of the condition of it. But even other than that, you've got some things like this. You see that split right there in that boot? So that boot, and obviously that boot, and may as well do that boot, or at it, need to be replaced at a bare minimum, bare minimum. And this one down here. Problem with that is, to replace those boots, you got to take out all the shingles around all of these and put a new boot on, then put new shingles on. And I don't think, sorry about the wind right here, let me get out of it. I don't think that these shingles are going to survive a repair. Because for instance, if I got to take that boot out, I've got to remove and replace these 2 runs of shingles right here. In order to do that, I've got to lift these 2 runs of shingles. And these things are so old and deteriorated. These shingles up here that I'm going to try to lift, I'm going to end up damaging trying to get to these because the roof's just worn out. So let me know which route you guys would like to go with this. First and foremost, let me know what insurance company insures the house, and I can let you know if I think there's any reason to kind of slow things down and get the insurance company involved. I'll tell you that's kind of a long shot, to be honest with you, on this roof, because even though we saw a bunch of hail damage, it was really small hail that hit this. It knocked the grunty granules off, but it's just not the kind of hail that insurance companies usually want to see and pay for these things. But I'll get you a price together, so you guys, if the roof becomes a sticking point and you need a price, you can let us know. So we can handle that a couple of different ways. We can go ahead and replace the roof now, and we can be paid by the closing attorney if you like, or the seller could give a allowance for the roof replacement. We could provide a contract, and that would let all the folks at the mortgage company feel good about that credit that's there. And then as soon as the closing happens, we can come in and do the roof replacement. But this roof replacement will be a one-day project for us. I'll need about 4 or 5 days notice of the go-ahead, and you know, signed contract and everything. The buyer would want to pick out the shingle color, and then beyond that, we'll just get out here and make it happen for you. So let me know how I can help. Call me if anybody needs me. I'll be an open book to discuss anything with you. But this is Casey Beaver. I'm with ARAC Roof It Forward. Thank you very much.